Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard finally gets UK approval. Stockholm bans most combustion engine cars from its city center. And coin flips don't seem to have 50-50 odds after all. It's Friday, October 13th, and this is Engadget Today. The latest tech news with a touch of tranquility for your morning. UK's antitrust regulator gave Microsoft the green light to buy Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion following a protracted back and forth. The regulator called Microsoft's concession to sell cloud gaming rights to Ubisoft a game changer that will promote competition. With the last major obstacle out of the way, the Competitions and Markets Authority has now largely cleared the path for the companies to close the biggest merger in gaming history. That move was widely expected after the watchdog said in September that the company's revised merger agreement substantially addresses previous concerns and opens the door to the deal being cleared. There is one significant potential hurdle remaining, however. The Federal Trade Commission is moving forward with its attempt to challenge the deal. That effort won't stop Microsoft from closing the acquisition, but there's a chance that the FTC could force the company to divest some or all of Activision Blizzard in the future. The combustion engine, a marvel of engineering. But it also has majorly contributed to air pollution. After all, there are over 1.4 billion combustion engine vehicles roaming the planet. That's a whole lot of carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, and hydrocarbons being released into the atmosphere. While we wait and wait for the eventual rise of electric vehicles, some areas have taken it upon themselves to solve the issue of air pollution related to combustion engines by, banning the vehicles entirely. Sweden's capital, Stockholm, announced a ban on diesel and gasoline-powered vehicles throughout its city center, as reported by Semaphore. The ban goes into effect sometime in 2025, so you still have more than a year to race around Stockholm in your old beat-up Dodge. The new policy will, however, continue to allow hybrid vans in the city center, in addition to combustion-based ambulances and police cars. Additionally, if you have a documented disability, you'll be able to drive whatever you want, wherever you want, as indicated by The Guardian. The ban doesn't impact the entire capital city, however. This is just for what's called the city center, an area comprising 20 blocks at the heart of the city. Stockholm's vice mayor for transport, Lars Stromgren, announced the move and said current conditions represented a completely unacceptable situation, noting that the city's air causes babies to have lung conditions and the elderly to die prematurely. Stockholm's new policy joins other low-emission zones in cities throughout Europe, including London, Madrid, Berlin, and Paris, among others. Detractors are calling Stockholm's policy too extreme. The Swedish Confederation of Transport Enterprises said that the city's ruling political party is in far too much of a hurry to further reduce combustion-based emissions. Conventional wisdom about coin flips may have been turned on its head. A global team of researchers investigating the statistical and physical nuances of coin tosses worldwide concluded that a coin is 50.8% likely to land on the same side it started on, altering one of society's most traditional assumptions about random decision-making that dates back at least to the Roman Empire. The team appeared to validate a smaller-scale 2007 study by Stanford mathematician Percy Diaconis, which suggested a slight bias, about 51% toward the side it started on. The authors of the new paper conducted 350,757 flips using different coins from 46 global currencies to eliminate a heads-tail bias between coin designs. They also used a variety of people to rule out individuals with biased flipping techniques corrupting the results. Regardless of the coin type, the same side outcome could be predicted at 50.8%, which rounds up perfectly to Diaconis' about 51% prediction from 16 years ago. The researchers found no evidence of a heads-tail bias when excluding its starting position from the data. In other words, If you pay no attention to which side the coin is on pre-flip, the odds of the outcome are equally likely to be heads or tails. So, if you are making a high-stakes decision based on a coin flip and you are the flipper, it would be wise to conceal its starting position. Thanks for listening. If you have a moment, rate and subscribe wherever you listen. Today's show featured journalism by Engadget contributors Chris Holt, Steve Dent, Lawrence Bonk, and Will Shanklin, and was produced by Spoken Layer. And as a reminder, you can listen to The Future later today on Engadget Tomorrow.